Howdy, guys. It's League Start Eve, and I wanted to share some tech for everybody for the new 3.27 Bloodline Ascendancies for tomorrow. So this is how to get up permanent uptime on your Vaal skills. There's an item here to simulate the new Ascendancy. At the very bottom there, it says Shepherd of Souls. If you don't know, it gives your Vaal skills 80% less soul cost, and then every time you use it, it doubles the cost for every time you've used a Vaal skill in the last 8 seconds. So for an example, I have Vaal BV here. Right now it'll cost, I think, like 12 souls, whatever 80% of 60 is. If you see in the top right there, just 0 out of 60 souls, that's the normal soul cost. Or it's usually 30 soul cost, actually. So it'll be like 6 souls to use it with Shepherd of Souls on. Once I pop it once for the next 8 seconds, it'll cost 12 souls and then 24 souls, or I think it goes up to 18, I'm not sure, but it starts costing less and less. So you can get this on the new, this guy, the Trial Master guy. So if you have 4 corrupted items, you get Shepherd of Souls. I'm not going to go into the other ones, those are like their own thing, but with 4 corrupted items, you get the Shepherd of Souls buff. And then there's some interesting interactions over here. If I work this into my build, which I think I might, I'm going to take this one, which is skill effect duration and increased AoE. This will be really good on Vaal, Blade Vortex. So I'll go show off how this works in like a Blood Aqueduct real quick. I'm starting with E-Blade. E-Blade Brands, probably. Something E-Blade Inquisitor. So I'm looking at this for a skill option. So the way this works is you have to like charge it up. So I'll use my Stormbrand to charge it up real quick. And then I'm at 4 souls. Let me get to full souls real quick. You can see it's charging up right there. So because the skill still holds 60 souls, but the cost is reduced 80% down to 6. So you see it'll hold 10 charges. That's how you know it's fully charged. Once that hits 10, cool, now it's charged up. So what'll happen is I will pop it once, and it lasts, if you look at the duration, it's the 4th mod down on the blue text. Duration is 10.88 seconds. And if in the top right, the soul gain prevention is 12.51 seconds, which means there's about a 2-second gap between, oh, I just popped it. Oh, I hit it twice. I screwed that up, sorry. But you can see I only used 18 souls. So I used 12 plus 6. So this one costs 6, the second one costs 12. My Stormbrand's usually on spacebar. So I'm going to go charge these back up. Cool. So the way this works, I made a little MS Paint graph here. So this Vaal Blade Vortex is a really good candidate for this, but you can use it on other skills that have a longer duration. Vaal Cold Snap is, I think, another one you can use this on. So this is 10 seconds right here. This is the hash marks. So this Shepherd of Souls is a flat 8-second timer. Normally, the relationship between the duration of the skill and the soul gain prevention, so in this case 10.88 seconds and 12.51, when you increase the duration of it, it also increases the soul gain prevention. So Vaal Blade Vortex is always going to have about 20% longer soul gain prevention than it does duration, which means even if I get all the duration in the game and I have a 30-second Vaal Blade Vortex, I'll have a 40-second soul gain prevention for it. So the way you can get around this is by using Shepherd of Souls, so the cost is so low that you can basically spam it. So the way the maths on this one is, we use red for BV, or no, we use red. So this is the base duration of Vaal Blade Vortex, and this is the base cooldown. It's like 6 seconds, I think. And so these two can only go up together, the red and the yellow, the duration of the skill and the cooldown, the soul gain prevention timer. So what you do is you scale these up to here. So once this gets past this, you can now use it a second time for the 80% less soul cost, for the 6 souls in this instance. And this will also go up in proportion to it. So with enough skill effect duration, as long as you can get over this hump right here, and you're good with timing, as long as this duration is longer than 8 seconds, you can basically have permanent uptime with no other investment. Oh, I died. Sad. No other investment other than just the skill effect duration and the 1 ascendancy point. So I'll pop it now. See, it goes to 4. So now this is going to go for however long it goes for and do its thing. And then once this goes back up to 10, I know I'm good to cast it again because it only cost me the 6, or no, sorry, 9. It goes to 9 now. So I run over here. I get some kills with it. Pop it again. Goes to 4. And then in 8 seconds, it'll go back up to 8 again. Pop it again. Run around. 7. Pop it again. That was so loud. Scared me. And then up to 6. Pop it again. So what this means is there's a math problem you can do to figure out how much uptime you have. So in this instance, you charge it once. So I'll use green for charging down here. So you charge it up once. This takes however long it takes. We'll say like 10 seconds in a map. And then in my case with Blade Vortex, it has a 10.88 second. So I'll just say 10-second duration with 10 uses at full charges. So I now have 100 seconds of Vaal Blade Vortex being up. So I have 100 seconds of uptime. And then on the last one I use, because it's not going to be charging up souls if I keep using it on cooldown without letting the soul gain prevention get unlocked, then I'll have 100 seconds of constant duration of it up. At the last use of it, on the 10th use, I will have no more souls. It'll run for its last 10 seconds. So like it'll run here. And then there will be a 2-second soul gain prevention delay. And then I can begin charging it up again. So actually I'll do black for that. So no souls are being gained here. And then souls start being gainable here. So you recharge it back up. So assuming you charge it up pretty quickly, you have 100 seconds of uptime, a little over 100, and you have 2 seconds of downtime. This means like 97, 98% uptime, assuming you can charge the souls up with a different skill pretty quickly. In my instance, I'm probably going to be using this as a clear skill and then Penance Brand of Dissipation for a main skill is what I have planned, but that could change. The other way you could do this is if you want to go Giga Cheese, and like let's say 97% uptime is not acceptable for you, you can put on a Soul Ripper, and as long as it has, so that the charge range is between 20 and 150. So with Vaal Blade Vortex specifically, you want to have 60 charges exactly. If not 60, then more. With 100 seconds of Vaal BV, you should fill it up even if it's 150. But you want to have 60 plus charges, or whatever the soul storage amount is. So in this case, yeah, 60. It'll show you in the top right there, the square. Then you can use Soul Ripper, and at the end of the 2 seconds, you can insta-charge it. So there's no charging time. So what it basically does is it gets rid of these green spots where you're recharging. So once the soul gain's done, you pop the flask right here, and you're back up to full charges. So you just have this 2 seconds of downtime. That puts you at about the 98%. I don't think it's necessary. I think if you have like a decent build, you should be able to charge up 60 souls pretty quickly in a map. The other Giga Cheese way to do it is if you only want to use your Vaal skill, you can do what I'm doing Trader for a different reason for core skating, but you can use this and Trader. Oh, my Trader's not on. That makes so much sense. Okay, sorry, I'm doing some testing for League Star. That makes so much sense. Okay. Didn't have that anointed. So you gain 4 flask charges for every 5 seconds. So if you just have like 1 or 2 empty flask slots and a Soul Ripper in here, you could theoretically go in the map, wait for it to charge up, and then use the 10, do your 100 seconds of uptime or whatever it is, and then you have 2 seconds of downtime, and then wait for it and pop it again. If you really want to, like, I don't know, not use any skills other than a Vaal skill. Theoretically, with Soul Ripper, you could. This is usually super expensive, so good luck with that. But this will be available to any skills in the game. With this setup, I only have a more duration on the BV. And then on the tree, I took these skill effect duration nodes. This is 45 seconds right here. This is to simulate the Priest of Kamasa. So you get some skill effect duration from that. This one doesn't seem very good with this setup. They're kind of like, this one you want to be using souls, not reducing it like Shepherd of Souls does for you. And then this one, there might be some cool stuff with this one to get the charge even lower. This would just lower the lockout timer a little bit. And this would actually give you, oh wait, this might actually be the play, because this would give you 60 times 0.2. So now it's at 12. Oh, it's 30 charges per use. Sorry. So 30.2. So with Shepherd of Souls, you're at 6. Does that scale? It'd be 110% less. We'll just pretend they scale separately. So we'll do times 0.3, 0.7. That'll put you at 4.2. Not sure how that rounding works, but it'd give you an extra 4 charges. So instead of 100 seconds of uptime, you'd have 140, I guess, in this instance. Whatever, splitting hairs, but you get the idea. You can have basically 95 to 98% uptime with Vaal skills if the duration is longer than this green thing is the lockout timer from Shepherd of Souls. That's the where it doubles the cost. If you can get the duration up past 8 seconds, you're golden, and you can store a bunch of charges and have perma Vaal skills. So hope that's clear. Hope that makes sense. This is available on here for 1 point. This can be used on any build. And if you guys have any questions about how this works, I try to explain it top to bottom in case you've never messed around with Vaal skills before. But if you have any questions, leave a comment. And happy league start. Bye.